On this server, this is my base. Which is good, but it doesn't stop people from stealing
Yo,
from
why
it.
is this guy always stealing from me? Nah, he's dying for this. No, he's dying. See ya. Bye-bye, buddy.
However, I can't keep killing people if they start stealing my stuff. So, in order to survive, I'm going to need a base that can gear me up insanely fast as well as being completely hidden. Okay, so there's this giant cave here that literally everyone on the server has used at this point, and I think it'd be a great entrance to the base. My vision is basically that I jump into the cave, and as I'm falling, a piston door uncovers the tunnel right to my base. So let's find a spot to make this. So I've been looking around a bit, and right here looks great. I'll jump and the piston door will be right here. The first thing I'm noticing is that I actually don't know how to make a 2x2 piston door, so I'm gonna have to mess around in a single player world. Yeah, this does not work at all. Let me try a different design. Alright, new design, this should theoretically work. Alright, nice. We can actually use this one in the real thing finally. Alright, let's build the 2x2 door. Okay, so the piston door now should be done, so if I flick this lever, it should work. Okay, nice. Now we just gotta figure out the trigger. And I do need to get the materials for the trigger, so I'm just gonna steal from my friend. Hopefully he doesn't care. Oh, let's go. Look at all this free gunpowder. I'm gonna take some of that. Alright, we're gonna drop right here, so we're gonna want to put the tripwire... let me try that again. Okay, so we're gonna want to put it here and here, and then connect it with string all the way across. And now we have both the tripwire and the door, but we have to find a way to connect them. And what I think I want to do is use wall and trapdoor tech in order to create a signal for an observer that will go all the way down to the piston door. Here's a quick demonstration of how it works because it is kind of confusing. So here's our button, which basically represents our tripwire. The signal is going to go into the trapdoor, which flips it and changes all of the walls beneath it, which an observer at the bottom is able to detect and put out a short output. And then we can use this little contraption here to extend the length of the pulse. I'm not going to try to explain how it works since I literally have no idea how it does, but the bottom line is that the redstone lamp at the bottom is able to stay on for longer, and in turn the piston door will stay open long enough for me to fall through it. And that's what makes this technique such an effective way to make redstone signals travel downward. So I'm building down these walls, and I'm noticing that all of these walls are basically going to be exposed, and I'm not going to lie, it's going to be really obvious that there's a base here if people see a bunch of walls. But this is a problem for future me, since right now I gotta make sure that the tripwire will actually send signals to the piston door. So observer here, and pulse extender here. Now we just need to hook it up to the piston door. Now this should theoretically work, so let's test it. And... I guess not. Well, let's find out what we did wrong, I guess. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I forgot that there needs to be a repeater right here. So now this should work. Okay, finally, this should be the one that works. It works! Oh my god, let's go. You guys all better subscribe for me making that. So now we're gonna have to figure out how to hide all of these walls. And I think really my only option is just to build a giant pillar of stone and hope that no one looks into it too much. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how realistic this looks. I'm hoping that just no one expects there to be a secret base here, and if that's the case, then this is fine. Otherwise, I'm cooked. Anyways, I think we can finally get on with actually building the base. So this is the base right now. There's literally nothing in it. But for this to be an actually good base, I'm gonna need 4 different things. The first thing that we're gonna need is storage. Okay, so I think this is how big I want the room to be, and we're gonna put storage on both this side and this side. Now the floor is done, and now the room is done. Now there should be plenty of storage for everything I need, so I'm gonna be able to dump all this stuff into this chest. And now that is storage complete. The next important thing for a base that we're gonna need is villagers. And I know that villagers are never a pain in the butt. Anyways, here's the villager breeder that I made. It kind of pokes out into this cave, but that's actually gonna make transporting villagers into it way easier. So here comes villager number 1. And here comes villager 2. So if I break this guy's boat, he should just go to the villager breeder since there's beds there and it's nighttime, so let's see. Yeah, he's just walking there, and yeah, he just went to a bed, so we're good. Now we just need villager 2 to get in. Yo, where are you going? Okay, good. I almost got very annoyed. Nice. Now we just gotta wait for them to breed. Oh my gosh, yes, bro, they finally bred. Oh my god, this actually took way too long. Okay, now that the villagers have finally bred, we're gonna put 2 of the villagers over to the zombie over here, and we're gonna let them have fun. We're gonna need to splash them with a weakness potion, and then give both of them a golden apple. Separate them, and then wait. And in the meantime, I'm gonna collect a bunch of items that will help me level up the villagers so I can start using the most broken method for gaining emeralds. For those of you who don't know, this is window trading. Basically, this guy will trade me a bunch of glass blocks, and then I can turn those glass blocks into panes, which I then sell to this guy and get way more emeralds than what I started with. It's basically an infinite emerald glitch, so I'm gonna use it to make basically hundreds of emeralds from thin air. Now, the other type of villagers that I want are farmers because I'm in desperate need of food, as you can see. And especially with that discount from the zombie, I'm gonna be able to get a ton of golden carrots. So let's level this guy all the way up to master. And now we can grab all of these sweet, sweet golden carrots. And with that, I would say that villagers are now done. The next base essential thing that we need are farms. Now, the first farm that I want is sugarcane, since it is going to be really important to have paper in my base. So let's put stairs here, fill them with water, then put sand and sugarcane here to make our small little sugarcane farm. Now the next farm that I want is going to be a carrot farm because I really want to be able to renewably breed our villagers. No one uses this old community villager breeder anymore, so I'm just gonna steal all the carrots from it. And this room is gonna need to be slightly bigger than the others since the farm is going to be a certain size. And just like that, the carrot farm and sugarcane farm are done, completing all of our farms for the base. And the last thing that this base needs is, well, an exit. Since the entrance to the base is hidden, the exit also needs to be. So what I think I want to do is make a wind charge cannon at the bottom that shoots me all the way up and opens a piston door at the top. So let's turn all these rods into wind charges and test out our wind charge launcher. Okay, so why did that not shoot me like not that far at all? Okay, so apparently I need to put a composter here and then put the pressure plate on top of it. Now let's see if this works. Okay, nice, that shot me up really high. Now let's make our 1x1 vertical piston door. So if I activate it now, this should work. Alright, let's go, it worked. Now we just need to connect this top piston door to the bottom. And since we're going up this time instead of down, we can't use the wall and trapdoor tech. So instead I'm going to be making a redstone torch line. Okay, now that the redstone torch line is all the way at the bottom, we're going to connect it to a tripwire hook. So now if everything went right, I should be able to stand on this tripwire hook and the piston door will open. Yes, and now I should be able to launch out, and let's go! Now our secret base is officially done.